Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. I will say this is a lovely day in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall rest therein. I have such a great message for you today, and I will say that I hope that the Most High Yah is in me strongly to push this out according to the way he put it in me. So here we go. Okay, the topic of this here message is very powerful, and it's called, this is what he wants me to let you know. Yah has never ran out of a fire. He always go into the fire. Yah has never ran out of a fire. He goes into the fire. He wants me to let you know that there's nowhere in the biblical where you've seen him run out of the hardest tasks, fire, war, or anything. If anything, he prepares it and so for you to go straight into. And this is going to cover a lot of issues with people who want to really down the people that chooses to go out and fight for what they understand is justice and fight for what they understand is righteous. We as a people that are standing righteous and standing justice must understand for why those that are standing injustice and unrighteous, as it appear, when you have a small percentage that is being reviewed by or being manifested in the eyes of the people that are doing certain things that is injustice and unrighteous, you have to really be able to have a spirit to dissect exactly what they are revealing to you, because the weight of showing someone going into places, stealing and setting things on fire, you have to be able to measure it spiritual. Like I said in the video the other day, it ain't what it appeared to be. And I kind of want to say, I really feel sad for the multitude of those who have followed in great numbers, many on these devil platforms, in hope that they are leading them to what is righteous and what is justice. You're going to find out as time go on, a lot of people on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Patriot and all these other sites are not who they have portrayed to be, to win your heart over to them. Okay. And in these days that we are approaching, or not approaching, that we are in, much pain, much sorrow, but in it all, there is going to be a purging and a separation. It's almost to me like head being the tail and the tail being the head. If there have been people on these platforms have led the multitude for many of years and have not set anything in the multitude spirit to yearn and desire a stronger walk with the Most High Yah, not a stronger message from their mouth, from their understanding, or from their interpreting, but a stronger relationship from the Most High Yah in spirit and in truth. We need that. Even Sister Deborah, I'm a prophetess in the wilderness, and I have been in the wilderness for quite some time. The Most High been dealing with me since I was 4 years old. So therefore, I've seen things even at a very young age before it happened. I was able to look into the future. I was able to, as I reached a teenage year, he will allow me to look into the past. So where I'm at now is strictly a student. I'm still a student and always will be. Will die a student of the Ruach HaKodesh, which is the Holy Spirit. But this here topic is really going to surround a lot of things, and I hope that you hear me spiritual as well as natural, so you can be able to relay it to those who don't understand yet spirit, but yet they can digest it natural. Because see, Yeshua, which is Jesus, he did things two ways. He gave the parable and he gave the word. Now it just those that who took on the parable wasn't saying they would never get the fullness of the word. They would have. They would have received just as much as the disciples. Now they might not have been called as the position of a disciples, one of the disciples, or the 12 disciples, or the apostles, but they too would have understanding as the disciples once the Ruach HaKodesh reside in them, and the Hamashiach give them that power to be able to tread on serpents and to move forward in the Most High Yah. Now, the Most High want me to share with you that he is not about coming out of the fire. He is one that goes into the fire. And only way he's going to come out is when he has victory in his hand. He told me to tell you that when the Hebrew boys went into the furnace fire, they could have fought, they could have argued, they could have tried to stop Nebuchadnezzar's army from placing them in the fire. They felt the heat before they even got into the furnace fire, and so on and so on. But his mission wasn't to bring them or to keep them from going into the furnace fire, but that they go into the furnace fire. And the Most High wants me to share with you all out here who's on these devil platforms, call yourself making messages to really ridicule those who out there unjustice and unrighteous. He said to you that you need to be in a closet somewhere, first of all, praying for yourself. And if he suffered you to get a breakthrough, pray for your fellow brothers and sisters that's out there thinking that they might be following justice and righteous the best way they know how. Okay? So he's saying stop making excuses to sit in your fear and be in the spirit of fear. He says, stop making excuses to not be identified. He sees you. He knows who you are. He knows that you haven't went out on the front line. He knows that you have not stepped out in faith. He knows that your heart is troubled. He knows that you have fear from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. He knows that you hide behind your pulpit. He knows that you hide in your houses. He knows that you're afraid because there's not any faith in you to tread onto the serpent's head, nor on fire. Okay, so he's saying, stop this nonsense about ridiculing people who chose to go out to fight for what they think and feel is justice and righteous. And he wants me to tell you that he himself always fought for us as a people. The whole house of Israel, he has fought for us. He has fought many battles. He has sent us into many fires. He has sent us to seize everything that he has given us in the land of milk and honey. You did not inherit those things. You did not inherit those lands, except he prepared that you go into it, fight, kill, steal, and siege. That is identical to what you might not understand could actually be taking place when these people are out here. They're thinking justice. They're thinking righteous, but they're doing it in a way that they know no righteous. They know no justice, but in them is their justice. In them is their righteous. So your job is to pray that the Most High reveal to them the proper way, instead of using the platform that you have used for many years to judge people, to win the souls of many, to be their God, to be their idol, that they turn to you and worship you, that they look forward to liking you, they look forward to viewing you, they look forward to subscribing to you because they like what you're speaking in the flesh. Okay, so the Most High is sending you a message out there stand down. He said he himself goes into the fire. He does not run out of the fire. He said everything that the 12 tribe inherit, every land floating with milk and honey that the 12 tribes inherit, they inherit because they went into the land that was not their land. It was only their land because the Most High Yah said it was. And whatever the Most High Yah say, that it is. But who rests on that land? For hundreds of years, there were people who lived on the land floating with milk and honey. Who were these people? These were people who have been on this land, and this were their land, as they know by righteous and by justice in them. This is their land. But by the justice and righteous of the Most High Yah, this land belonged to my people. You see how deep that is? You see how deep that is? He said to tell them that I have fought many battles and has conquered many victories in what the people say is their righteousness, and what the people say is their justice. But what is righteous to the Father in the heavens and what is justice to him might not be justice and righteous to you on these platforms that's teaching. That's because you're serving the flesh. You're not seeing in the spiritual realm. He wants me to let you know, every land that the 12 tribes inherited, he prepared them to go into. Were they afraid? Surely they were afraid. He had to keep telling them to go in. Not only did he tell them to go in, he told them that they had to defeat, and in defeating it and fighting, they killed men, women, boys, and girls to get that land. You know, like that clip, like they always say, Christopher Columbus didn't discover America. It was already here. Someone was here. When the land that the 12 tribes inherited as the land of milk and honey, someone was there. But in them, in their righteousness, that was their land. Their fathers and their fathers and their fathers and their fathers and their children were raised on this land. They built on this land. But in Yah, it was the land for his chosen. Now, who owns the land? Did the people they defeat, destroy, and siege? Was it their land? Or was it the 12 tribes? You tell me. Things is not what it appears. A system will make you see what you want to see, to cause you to speak what you want to speak, because you have a flesh that thinks that you have the answer to the world. Because you've been on this devil platform feeding people by great numbers. That's why you have been able to stand so long. It's because you've been feeding the flesh. The Most High wants you to know it's time to feed the spirit of a man. And if you don't have what it takes, because he did not give it to you, stand down, shut your ugly mouth, and go into a closet that you must build upon in spirit and truth, and pray for repentance and ask the Most High to deliver you into what is righteous, spiritual righteousness, and spiritual justice. Now, we are in a situation as a people that we're seeing a lot of things going on, but we see not. I am calling for the elects to come on the front line. Come on the front line. Join and unite. I'm not talking about the people who are leading the multitude to worship them as a god, as an idol, because the multitude don't understand. That's what you've been doing all this time. You've been worshiping these people on these platforms as a god, okay, as an idol, because you gave them the praise and had no praise for the Most High Yah. But the Most High Yah says He needs the elects to come out, step out front, and be counted. Make your voice heard. He wants to hear you rumble for righteousness, for his name's sake. He said you are sealed for his name's sake. So don't let people tell you that, oh, they doing this, they doing that. Don't go out and do this. Don't. No. They're saying that to you because they want to win you all over on these platforms. The first one, when this thing took place where people wanted to march, you know who should have been out there? All the camps. All the ones on YouTube who call themselves having groups and organizations and watchmen and seers and prophets and prophetess and teachers and scholars. All these in the Hebrew Israelite movement should have been out on Front Street. Representing who? The Most High Yah. Why? Because that's how Yah rumbles. But he knows, like he said last week, he haven't heard the cries of a people. Like he did back in Egypt. He heard their cry. And he saw their suffering from the oppressor. But he heard their cry. He said he hear not the cries of the people. You know why? Because the people are crying to these platforms. The people are going on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and Patriots, and any other platforms, crying out to those who giving them a message that cannot deliver them. That's why they can sit on this platform and tell you, we ain't moving. We ain't going out there. I'm staying home. I'll let them go. Because the faith is the substance of things unseen, but yet believed. And the faith of the Most High Yah power. See, faith is a gift from Yah. When he give you that, let me tell you, you stand on it. You'll walk on the Mississippi River with that type of faith. You seen how Yeshua bid Peter to walk? Faith. That's how y'all rumble. Come on, Peter, walk. Let me see you do it. Because that's the true faith. That's the gift of the spirit faith that upholds the flesh. You see, it has the flesh under dominion. It has the flesh under subjection to it. So come on, Peter, let me see you rumble. Come on, walk like I am. So when you see people going out to fight for something that you've been on the devil platform for many years preaching and teaching, you hear people on these devil platforms say, white women shouldn't be marrying black men. Black men shouldn't be wearing white women. Oh, they killing our black men. Oh, our black men dating white women or doing this here. Oh, our black this here and we got everything to tell you what we doing. But when it's time to stand up for justice and righteousness in the name of Yahweh, they stand at a distance and call out those who runs out to try to get some sort of comfort in their so-called justice, in their so-called righteous. You see? But the Most High is sending a message to everyone on these platforms. Stand down. He said, you are not the one. So Sister Deborah is saying this because he also led to me that there are people who are tapping in to the videos that I am making. He wants me to send a message to you all that it ain't nothing that Deborah is saying that's drawing you. He said it ain't nothing that she is covering that's drawing you. He said it's his power of who he is and who he represents that's drawing you in this direction. See, a lot of people think that, oh, they good messages draw people. Oh, what they say. Or if I dress this way, if I look this way, if I look holy than thou, like the Christian churches. If I speak holy than thou, oh, they're going to really think no, it ain't got nothing to do with that. That's why I don't let nobody tell me how to look, how to walk, how to talk, how to think, and how to feel. Because if greater is he that is in me, okay, then he gives me the homicide. Then turn around and give me all these gifts. Since I was 4, why am I listening to you? Why must I listen to you? The only reason why Sister Deborah listened to Josh, he is really good. The reason why I listen to him, because he's a prophet. And not only is he a prophet, The things he gives me, he gives him. The things he gives him, he gives me. You know, that's why he said a prophet is subject to a prophet, because he will give us some things that will line up, but we have to connect with one another to help the people, because we're thinking that it's about our platform, and it's not about a platform. See, I know what devil platform I'm on. I know this is the devil's platform, but I also know the Most High Yah own everything. Let me give you an example. Let's say we hear people on these platforms who've been on here for years misleading people to be their God and their idol. Okay, and they haven't learned to worship a true and living Most High Yah. They haven't, and then they wonder why they can't lay hands, they can't deliver, why they can't see His face to face. They can't discern Him from the beginning, because of what you see. You can tell that there's a higher power, which is Yahweh, that exists because of just what you see. The reason why they can't do that is because they're busy seeing and beholding what's on these platforms, feeding them day and night and day. They can't wait to get to the message to tell someone on these platforms, oh, I like you, I love you, oh, you right, and you did, giving them the praise and haven't given the Most High Yah anything. So therefore, it's time to shut you down as well. And He is. Everything is set in such a beautiful time and season in which the Most High Yah has created. We don't have the time. We don't have the space. We don't need to have the heart to be down in choices that people are making to go out to do what they call justice and righteous. What we do have is a heart to pray and to fast on their behalf, that the Most High continue doing what He's doing in them. Because like I said, the picture don't look and they don't appeal. The only way y'all want to see the pictures is the way the white man, which is the Europeans, the fake Jews, who owns all the network, the TV station, the CNN, on all of them. They give you what you want to see. And we sit and watch it. They out there doing this and they out there. Wait a minute. Hold up. Now you're on their side, calling your own brother, your own tribes, all these names, because they out there doing what they think is justice and what they think is righteous. But just like the Most High gave me when He told me during slavery, He said, if those men on that ship would have focused on me coming over, and even when they got over here and throughout their slavery, I would have heard them, Deborah. But see, they didn't do that. They didn't even leave with their children what they knew was truth. You see? So when they get over here, these men today get on this platform, the white man took this from it. They took this book, they took this. Ain't nobody took nothing but your forefather. They stripped you from everything that you were entitled to. That's how you end up where you at. Because the Most High said, I've given them the honey in which they ate in the old. That means that same lifestyle you think that the oppressor are putting on you, He said that's the same thing you all were doing that caused Him to bring you to a land to give you a taste of your own honey. To me, that's spiritual deep. That's spiritual deep. Because with the prophet, I'm in the wilderness now. I can ask anything. You know, I can seek Him for anything, because that's where I'm at in faith. Hey, wait a minute. Hold up. What you mean you brought them over here on the slave ship and they just getting, He said everything He does, there's a consequences for the total action. And your consequence match your actions. Okay? So that's how He rumbled. That's who He is. For so long, He let you do what you continue to do, you and your forefathers. And the first thing they go running and grabbing Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You can't run and grab Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and David and them. Why? Because they had the seed. They were totally 100 blameless for any and everything. See? But see, that's what everybody want to run and say they was the good one, so we are the good one. No. Those seeds didn't disobey Yah. So don't line them up with your rebellion and stiff neck and disobedience. Those seeds were not, let me say seed. No, let me not say seeds. Those seeds were not rebellion, stiff neck, disobedient. They was just the ones He used to bring the how would I say, a set of children down for him, but they were his seed. No, they weren't not. They weren't what you are today and your forefathers that got you where you at now. Now, the problem is, if anybody ever want to know spirit and truth, go back to Genesis. Read the true story. Read the true book in the spiritual realm. And let the Ruach be a teacher to you. I don't care how many years it takes. Let him teach you. But you got to also have a spirit that you have recognized that rests in you that can be taught by the Ruach HaKodesh. If your flesh can't, the Ruach can't come teaching your flesh nothing. Your flesh is too hard-headed, too stiff-necked, too rebellious, too disobedient. He has to teach your spirit so your spirit can teach your flesh to stand down. That's why you can't beat drugs and alcoholic and all this other stuff that's going on. You can't cause your children to come home. There's nothing you can do in the flesh, but in the spirit, all victory, because that's the way the Most High works with us, in spirit and in truth. Okay, so we're still talking about what is taking place out on the in the world today, in the streets and so on. The picture is not what it appeared to be. So when you see people out, it's a lot of times the underground power, which is the elites, which is the Jews, the fake Jews, which he warned you about, but you still give them the authority and the credit, and you still want to honor and worship them. See, I don't understand where you can win in this tribe of Judah. I don't see it. I don't see where a person can win dealing with the tribe of Judah. I don't see it. I don't see how you can even the tribe of Judah can even learn, because they're so hard-headed and rebellious. They are so, not that the whole house is not like that, but I'm telling you, this tribe of Judah is thick. And the reason why the tribe of Judah is so thick and unjust and unrighteous, and they have a heart to hate on one another, thicker and way beyond what the oppressor feel about them. They hate each other that same way. Listen to how those who've been on this devil platform want you to continue to be up under them and submit to their teaching and their understanding, is willing to bash those that's out there. Not understanding what the prophets is saying. This too shall pass. But what is it for? This has got to do with Yah in the midst of this. He ain't forsaking this situation. Now, he might have forsaken a lot of things that you rumbled and lied and deceived many of. But this situation we're in today, oh, no. He ain't forsaking that. And I'm going to tell you that now. Because he's not one to play when it got to. See, he can do anything and everything. You know, if he wants to cause an earthquake or a storm or wind or whatever he can do it. But when he come telling Sister Deborah about his right hand, I'm telling you all, you don't know who you're messing with. That's a total earthquake, can't compare to that. Do y'all understand me? Hurricane can compare to that. Do you all understand me? Storms and whatever can't compare to that. You don't understand. That right hand built the whole world and everything that rests therein. It knew the beginning to the end before it even said, let it be and it be. Let me tell you, you don't understand the right hand of the Most High Yah. That's why he always telling, I have pleaded with you all. Pull out them verses about the right hand. It'll blow your mind. Because you'll realize these people been lying to us on these platforms. They've been lying. They've been deceiving us big time. Just as the white man has deceived us with Christians, your own nation has deceived you for many, many, many years. And they got you uplifting them on these platforms. And the moment someone who don't know the thickness of truth decide to do injustice and unrighteous, look how they climb on top of them. Go to all these sites and see how they go up against the people that's stealing, the people that's looted and stealing and burning up. Look how they talk negative to them. This is not new, the Most High said. Deborah, this is not new. This is what's in this nation of the tribe of Judah. They known to hate each other. They known to be negative against each other. They known to kill each other. They known to dislike each other. They known to tear each other down. He said they are known to be this type of people. And you think he's going to erase? No. It's not going to erase, but he's also in a part. I don't know where he's going to take this to, but where I'm just going to say it's going to be like a separation or purging, because right now these people have won so many people over on these platforms, not leading nobody to the spiritual power of who Yah is. If he said you shall have power, then where you going to gain that power? It's not going to be in your flesh. It's going to be in your spirit. But if your spirit is in control of your flesh, it is throw up and throw down. Do you all hear me? You can cause a fire to cease once you get that flesh under the subjection to that spirit. Oh, yes. Once you get that flesh under the subjection to the spirit, and your spirit rules your flesh, and then the ruach is up in there, then the homicide, woo, you just don't know. He's real when he said you can be able to do anything, but that's why you haven't been able to. Because these people have taught you all fleshly messages so that your flesh can worship them. And now that these people are out here doing this, it has given me an opportunity to see how 100 have I been since the 3 years I've been on here. These people are here to deceive you, your own nation. Instead of them being out on the forefront, and so that these people don't have to be out here doing this. Oh, yes, if they are who they say they are. If they are spirit and truth. If they are for his name's sake. He said, I didn't give you a spirit of fear, but of a sound mind. Everything he has done, he has always sent the house of Israel into the fire. Tell them go. Was the house of Israel afraid? All the time. They was trying to figure out how he gonna do this. How we gonna get in here and defeat these people? They got too much. They got too many. They got mighty men. They got strong men. They got renowned men. How we gonna win them over? And it's just a few of us. The battle is not yours, and it wasn't from the beginning, nor will it be to the end. So therefore, he said, go and possess. And when you go to possess something, what do? Kill, steal, destroy, and seize. What? For what? Wait a minute, that wasn't your land? How you gonna go over to a land that ain't yours? Wait a minute, Father Yah. You said that you mean to tell me, Father Yah, from the beginning, you sent them over to lands that didn't belong to them? And those people stayed on that land for hundreds and hundreds of years? They raised their children, their forefathers, and everything on this land? And you mean to tell me you giving this land to the 12 tribes floating with milk and honey? Wait a minute, this don't belong to the 12 tribes. They stealing. They going over there taking them people things that don't belong to them. They're stealing. They're murdering. They're taking stuff that don't belong to them. These people work to build their land. But in the eyes and in the power of who YAHWEH is, this is my people land. Get up and get out. Because I'm going to cause them to come in and defeat. What happened to the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah in this day and time? Those ones out there that call themselves doing what they think is justice, that might have been their mindset back then. You might have had those type that's out there that's willing to rumble because for so long they were out in the wilderness with their forefathers, and now they know that wait a minute, what did Trump say? What do you have to lose? Oh, but you all on this devil platform honor and worship that. But those that's out there trying to defeat and get some type of justice and righteous, they don't know no better. But if you said you know, and you've been on this devil platform 10, 15, 5 years, 20 years, and ain't done nothing, then how dare we say something to the capacity of judging them and using the platform to judge them because we got the platform to do that. That is not righteous. That is not justice. Because from what the Most High was sharing with me, and let me tell you what he did. So I was up last night. And I was battling with this message because I was like, wait a minute, Father, you gave me this yesterday. And I'm saying, I'm having a hard time dealing with this. I didn't film this yesterday as well. But every time I'm filming it, I'm like, oh, Father, wait a minute. This is deep. This is deep. He said, okay, Deborah, don't teach this thing. Speak this thing. Don't teach this thing. Speak that thing. You know why? Because when I get into teaching it, I can get one verse and I can see so much revelation in that one verse. I can't even pull out. I am truly a student of the Holy Spirit, which is the Ruach HaKodesh. He has taught me well and continued to teach me. I shall rest in his class until I sleep. I believe in the Hamashiach. I know who the Hamashiach is. I don't mess with the Hamashiach. Let me tell you, I worship Father in spirit and spirit only. I shut this flesh down when it try to get dominion. I don't give it no leeway. I don't get on this devil platform telling you what Sister Deborah desire or her opinion or her. No. I'm strictly walking spiritual. I am the one that the men are to come to and the women to come to judge and to show things that is to come in situations and things that the Most High is saying as a right now word. Not a yesterday word or day before, but a right now word. And those right now words is going to be still lining up with yesterday word. Okay? But because in the tribe of Judah, there's no unity. There's so much hatred. They've been on this devil platform for 3 years. Have I been on here hearing these men and a couple of women whooping and hollering about what all the white man is doing. Now, the moment the black man goes out and steals something from Dollar General and put it on fire, whoa, they in trouble. They are so wrong. You see, they are known to go against their own tribe. They're known for it. That's what the Most High Yah showed me. They're known to be going up against each other. Because he said, if you can go up against a creator who have chosen you to be his only begotten children of the Most High, then you will go up against anybody. You will go up against anybody. Your own mother, your own father, your own tribe, your own anything, your own children. It don't matter. Because when you go up against him, you are his beloved. He loved you before the foundation of the world. He chose you. Why can't that alone do something to you inside? Why is it that you don't feel that? You know why? You get on the platforms and you feel everything these people are saying. But the Most High want me to let you know he ain't known for one to come out of the fire. He is the one that goes in and will send his into the fire. So what? The fire might not be what you think it should be because you've been on this devil platform trying to play Christian church. But yet, talk about the Christians. But you're playing their role. You're so busy on these devil platforms saying Yahuwah, Yahuwah, and you're speaking to a brick wall. Because if you were so righteous and so justice, you wouldn't be down in them. You would be having hope that the Most High delivered them and get something to put before the world to see that he is our Yahuwah. Yah told me to tell you he can't show his glory in you because you have forsaken him by not leading his people to him in spirit and truth. You have fed their flesh for year after year after year on these devil platforms and have not given the people that which is spirit and truth. So therefore, don't dare judge what he has his eyes on. Because you want people to continue to turn to you and you're hooping and hollering at the same time about what the white man is doing to you and the oppressor is doing to you, but yet you do nothing to stand on faith, to show that, hey, no more. That's it. That's faith. When you have any sense to really read the Bible, and stop misleading these people. Y'all still give you another chance. But I, the prophetess in the wilderness, here to tell you, you got to stand down right now off of all these pulpits, all these devil pulpits. Y'all need to get off of here because you all are not using it in the in Yah's glory and his purpose and his will. You're not. And that's what my calling is. And that's why many will be afraid to even tune in on what I have to say. Because when I speak, they know that it is power that rests therein because their spirit knows who I am. See, they flesh don't give them. Because they flesh say, hey, I've been rumbling on this devil platform for 20 years and I got 5,000 subscribers and 1 million likes. Hey, she ain't got no. Oh, yeah, you're right. The gate shall always be narrow. But what did he say? Very few shall find their end, for the gate is what's righteous. You see? It leads, it has its destiny. It leads you to somewhere. Where are you going? He said, hell has enlarged in herself. The gate to destruction. See? Think about that. So I, Sister Deborah, say, I didn't want to hold you long, but I have several things the Most High want me to share with you. One is that he is not one that comes out of the fire, but to go in. He wants you to understand the elects, to go into the biblical from Genesis to Revelation. Take out time. The world has you in quarantine, and they still going to have you in there for quite some time. Because there's right now in the process of bringing some of the greatest sorrow before you that you have ever seen or ever heard of, even out of the biblical. You have never heard of this, but you're about to see it, and you're about to feel it, and you're about to behold it. Okay, so know that sorrow is not at a distance over here or and not at your door. It's there. It's just you just not beholding it in the spiritual sense because you're so busy looking at everything fleshly and focusing on things that don't matter. Like I say, a lot of them on the platform focusing on what those people, and a lot of the media is owned by the elites. So if they're feeding you all everything that people are doing that's negative, what is that saying? You're following their line, their guideline. We're still sitting here on this devil platform feeding what the same media we've been ridiculing for years. We're agreeing with what they're saying and what they're showing us. This is all messed up from the floor. But I thank the Most High because he said, I got it in my hand. He got it. He got this. He got this. But what I was going to say as far as let's get to the I got to share something with you. 16 years ago, the Most High came to me and he said, I want you to, before he said he wanted me to go to this location, to this state, he put me in a vision. And I was high up on the overpass of the highway that it was an overpass. I was standing up there by myself, and down below me was a highway coming from east going west. And then on the other side of the pavement of the highway, it was west going east. But I was standing on the side from the east to the west. Okay, so the one going west to the east were no one on that side. But the people, what has happened, I'm on the overpass and I'm shocked. You can tell it in the tone of my voice. I can't believe. I saw a multitude of people running for dear life. You know, the pavement on the highway, you couldn't even see it. So that shows you how many people that was on there. And the strangest thing, there wasn't just men and women. There was boys and girls running, but you did not see no one stop to pick their children up, the woman up, their grandmother up, their husband up. No one picked anyone up. They all was just running. They was running. And I heard them say something. And everything that took place on that overpass in that vision, I heard the voice behind me questioning me as if it wanted me to fully see what it was allowing me to see. It says, for Deborah, for what is it thou seest? I said, a multitude of people that cannot be numbered. It's just so many of them. Oh, just shocked. Just shocked to the fact that I was trembling in my voice, just striving to this voice in the back of me that I never turned around and said, who is that talking to me? I was listening and I was responding to the voice that was behind me. Never turned. Never did. So he said, for what is it thou seest? And I began to tell him a multitude of people that looks as if it cannot even be numbered. So it was as far as I could see east, turn going west. It's just people. You couldn't even see the highway. It was just that many. So he says, what are they doing? I said, they are running. They are running. They are running. He said, they are what? Everything he said twice. They are what? I said, they are running. The people are running and they going. This is what I added to it. And they going in the same direction. It was 16 years ago. But I had to answer that twice. He said, you said they are what? They're running in the same direction. Then he asked me, who are they? I don't know. Men, women, boys, and girls. It's so many. He asked me, can you hear them? Can you hear them? I said, yes, I can hear them. I can hear them. They saying it's a fire. Fire, fire. They saying it's a fire. And they running away from the fire in the direction west. And they coming from east. That nailed the vision right there. I got it. Oh, there's a fire east. And they running from the direction of the fire, going west. And they yelling, saying, fire, fire. And they are all on one accord. And then he said, okay, now, Deborah, I need you to go east. When that voice told me that he need me to go east, you know what I said? But there's a fire east, and the people are running away from the fire. There's a fire east. He said, yes, I know. But I need you. I need you to go in the direction of the fire. And did you know what I said? Yea, Yahuwah, I shall go. And that was it. That was it. And 3, maybe 4 or 5 days, no, probably about 5 days later, me and my 6 children and my husband at that time, we headed to Atlanta, Georgia. That's where he was sending me, east of where I was standing. And let me tell you, there was a fire, and still yet is, in that state. One like no other. Oh, it truly is a fire. The saddest thing is to go to a land that people's spirit knows who you are. Because they know who you are and they're trying to deal with you delicate. You don't have to go proclaiming who you are. When he send you on a mission, he done totally prepared your way. You see? So I was trying to get a feel, and I cried many nights because I felt I was bringing my children to the fire. Now, if you wanted to send me, Father. But he was wanting me to have my whole family because he wanted me there. So, as a prophetess in the wilderness, I'm here to tell you. The Most High said, and he meant it. He do not run out of the fire. He runs in the direction of the fire. And that's to say, there are many things going on. And the same wicked ones that have been manipulating you all these years are also manipulating the fact that actually what is going on. They are going to try to usher in that germ again. And they already start taking lives and labeling as if lives are really actually being lost. But the Most High said this is a trick of the enemy. But they are going to take the lives that's, say, struggling to live or halfway doing good. They're going to take their lives just to prove to you all that they're going to get you still yet in control to what they desire and want. We really think that this is a fleshly battle that's going on. It has nothing to do with the flesh. It is a spiritual battle. So no matter what you see, it's spirit. As we see it in the natural, we ain't clear of what is going on in the spirit. And that's what the Most High gives his prophets and his prophetess. And that's why we're able to judge the situation as it is. But if you have people who are ridiculing any and everything outside of their platform, their site, what they believe, their opinion, then you'll never make it to that destiny of trying to understand spirit and truth. Because if you're going to make somebody your God, the Most High going to stand by and allow you. He said, too many years have you all been on these platforms making these people your gods. You have been idling them, just as your forefathers. You have not learned what is your spirit. I told you in 1 John, the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 4, 5, 7, and 9. You have a spirit which is called the light. That's what it was for me, to create a light for you. That was my plan, to give you a light, so that I would always have some connection to you. But because I wrapped you into flesh, your flesh has gotten dominion, and will not allow you to comprehend the light in which I put in you, so that I may connect with you. And that's things they won't teach you. They so busy teaching you all kind of things of what the oppressor doing. And even that, y'all can defeat in one day, he said. But why should it defeat anything else for a people that is more stiff-necked, more disobedient, and more rebellion today than their forefathers? They'll rather believe a lie than to believe the truth. They are ever studying and never coming to the knowledge of truth, because it is founded in the spiritual realm. Just as this battle that's going on, it's spirit. It is spirit, but it is truth. And no one understands. That's why he said, you fight not against flesh and blood, you all. It's a war going on that is not seen in the natural. But he sent his voice to those that he has trust. He said, if it was so, it will fool the ones that I trust to not be fooled. And because man sits on platforms and people desire to honor them and worship them, they are without. So now that the storm is raging, the virus, which is no such thing, it is a germ from the CDC, and the country, as the world, as you know it, has plotted this many a times, and it's been set up from the floor up years ago to bring this time and season upon you. And you're so embracing the time and season that they have set from years and years to come upon you, to kill, steal, and destroy you. But you have not prepared for the seasons in which the Father in heaven has prepared for you. You have not behold the seasons and the times in which he hath warned and prophesied you of. But he do want you to understand that he is not one to run out fires, but he is one to run into fire. You know, and I want you to go to, let's go to Numbers, chapter 14, verse 23 and 24. And then I would explain to you what you're actually experiencing when you're seeing these things, which is not in great number. It's just the oppressor is revealing things to you so you can have a mixed up mind about what's going on, and then you be lost without a cause, not really knowing what's actually going on. But because they showing you this and it's doing something to your head and you're believing it, that's how potent the mark of the beast is going to be. It's going to be in your thought pattern. You see, it's going to be in your thought pattern. Okay, and they might shoot it through your hand as a chemical, but it's going to be your thought pattern is going to be screwed up. Okay, because if it's going to be branded here, that's on the flesh, and the flesh we know die. It can't worship the Most High Yah, nor can it be judged in the flesh, but it can be judged in the spirit. You see, so it got to be deeper than just on the flesh here. Okay, so it has to take up the mind that has the power over its spirit. You see, and that's what is actually taking place today. They got you seeing what they want you to see because they own everything on television. They got you looking at homosexual pictures. You don't want to look at it, but you've been watching a good picture on TV and all of a sudden you see this homosexual stuff going on. They got you from the floor up because you have forsaken the Most High Yah, his time and season in which he has prophesied about to be warned of these things. And we're making man and women our God. And they are not our God. People are running around grabbing books, adding books, and these books cannot deliver you. These precepts, these lines, these little here, they cannot deliver you. But the Most High Yah and every word that proceeded out of his mouth come to deliver you. You need to put more of your trust in him and not in man. Okay, we're going to Numbers chapter 4 and verse 23. I'm going to cover a little of this here. In chapter 14 of Numbers, verse 23 and 24. Surely, as 23 says, surely they shall not see the land which I swore unto their fathers. Neither shall any of them that provoked me see it. Okay, he's just not one that plays. He ain't going for that. Now watch this. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him. You see? Watch this here. And has followed me fully, he will I bring into the land wherein he went, and his seed shall possess it. Here he's already telling you this young man had a spirit that was unlike those other spirits that provoked the Most High Yah. You see? See, it's the spirit, you all. That's why he tell you it ain't about the flesh and blood. It's the spirit. And no matter what the picture and how beautiful or how ugly the picture appear, know that the Most High has the power that rests behind it. When it's all said and done, he'll stand back and let every evil and wicked take a hold of any and everything. But he has the power that can make the difference and to change it. So when we're trusting in men on this devil platform, giving us the food for our spirit, they can't. That's the mission of the Holy Spirit. And that's why we are lost without a cause in the midst of our so-called awakening. Okay, so right there is just showing that the others that provoked the Most High Yah wouldn't make it. But he said his servant will with another spirit with him. You know, so it's just the Most High know who is his and who belong to him. He knows your spirit. And see, that's what he measures, your spirit. He said that which is right is seen. What he said, that which is, let me go to Numbers, Proverbs 16. What he said here. I got to get this right. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes. You know it's got an S? You see, because that's the natural eyes. Now, if you take away that S, then it's the spiritual eye. But he said, all the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but Yahweh weighs the spirits. Don't mess with him the wrong way. You're serving him, you all, in the flesh. That's why you can't get the deliverance that you want, and the healing, and the power, and the authority. That's why they can't. Do you ever wonder how these people exist year after year after year, and they don't come from out of the zone of where they at on these platforms? Do you all see how they try to correct anything the oppressor said that they're not supposed to speak to about on this platform? You see how they try to correct it? Oh, they're going to stop us from having this platform, and they're going to do that because they are fearful of this platform being out of their reach, where they can't be on here to deceive you by great numbers. Now, hear this here. Sister Deborah been trying to get you all to understand. The first thing I really wanted everybody to understand is the right hand and the stretched out arm. You all need to go into the biblical, pull out all verses to have some connection to that. Precept that. You can't. Because this thing is spiritual. See, when you start to pull out all those things that really comes out of the mouth of Yah and showing who he is and how he rumble, oh, they ain't gonna precept that. But they'll precept everything that comes out of a man's mouth and try to line it up with what comes out of Yah's mouth, or try to line it up what a man said here and a man said there, and they try to put it together to deceive you. They do a wonderful job, because you don't understand you have a spirit. And that is what should be conquering the issues of today. And that is what you need to focus on. The elites, the most high, not the elites. It's not the elites, the elects. Okay. Now, here, the 16, Proverbs 16 and verse 2. All the ways of man are clean in his own eyes. Like I said, that eyes is flesh eyes. In his own flesh, everything is good and clean and righteous and justice. But watch this here. But Yahweh weighs. What is he weighs? The spirits. Because he knows that you can have your own spirit and then allow other spirit to entertain your flesh. And now he's going to weigh that. He's going to weigh it come judgment. Because when that spirit stand before him, that's what he's going to see. You follow that spirit. And all those that was against me. So I say unto you, be about the Most High's business. Realize whose side are you really on. I put that out there. Whose side are you on? As the Most High said, I don't run out of fires. I run in it. Any situation in the beginning of the Bible to the end is always wrapped around where Yah is sending one into something that everybody's saying, oh no, that's too dangerous. Oh, you better not do this, or they gonna do this, or they gonna do this. People who say stuff like that is people who live in a hypocritical life. One minute they saying they bothering us, they doing this, they killing us, they doing this, they were marrying our women, they marrying our men, but yet on the other hand, Lord, don't y'all go steal, don't y'all go put on fire. Wait a minute, hey, hold up. How can you put on fire in your community and you don't own no community? How could you burn up what is in your community or in that is around you and it don't belong to you? It's still the same oppressor that you all be on this devil platform hooping and hollering about. That's what they're burning up. They're burning their dollar up. Isn't that what the Most High coming to do? Didn't he say the merchant? He bringing them down, and he gonna use fire too. Think about it. The merchants that's making all of this. So when you see them going in, burning up, stealing, and taking, don't overthrow that to people the wrong way. You're seeing it in the flesh, in your own self-judgment. When y'all see it, he don't see it like you see it. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I thank him for that. Because if he had to see the things the way you want to rumble on these devil platforms, because in your fear, you want to stand behind a pulpit. In your fear, you want to stand in your house and rumble and teach and tell people what's in the valley. You can't tell nobody what's in the valley and they living in it. The Most High is suffering them to live in it while you stand on the outside telling people what's in the inside. How dare you? If a person is in the house and it's on fire, how dare you be on the outside on the grass telling them what it feel like? You can't. Yeah, but you winning these likes and these subscribers because you're teaching their flesh. And their flesh is looking for more than their spirit. So therefore, you feel you all are just feeding people flesh. Shut your mouth. Teach to people righteous and justice. And stop talking about people who are out there trying to do what they only know how, because people like you have manipulated, just like the Christian, and deceived many. And then get on this platform when it's time, when the water get warm. The water ain't even hot yet. You all hooping and hollering and complaining about those who are stealing and putting on fire. Wait a minute, hold up. But it's okay for them to keep killing your nation in front of you, in back of you, on every side, and get away with it. But the moment someone going to Family Dollars, you on the devil platform talking about they stealing and setting on fire and burning up their community. They ain't never had no community. Think, y'all. When is it their community? When do you have your house that you still probably owe on, that they can come take anytime? They can cut your electric, your gas. When do you own the gas company? When do you own anything? You don't. Even though you want to make the picture pretty than what it is, but the truth be told, you don't own nothing. It ain't your community. It ain't your nothing. So know that this is the place in which he brought you to give you a taste of who you are anyway. But it's time to come up out. The 40 years is over. Okay? The 40 years is over. Yeah? It's time to see his glory and his power. What does he have to show his glory and his power on? Huh? What did he have? He got to let things be so ugly in your mouth, so ugly in the oppressor's mouth, so he can show up and show out. That's what he has to do. But he got to do what he got to do. But he got to do what he always did. He let your ugly mouth rumble about what you seeing, and you ain't seeing what the white people are setting you all up, us up as a people. You don't see that. You don't see them marching. They ain't marching because they love you and because George, or because they love you and they want rights for blacks. They marching because they tired of being in the same slavery you've been in 40 years. They've been in 2.5 months and they tired. That shows you the war that's going to be against their own people. Nation against a nation. A people against their people. White people going to go up against each other because they're tired, and they're using what happened to us to make you think that their picture is pretty and those that's out there that's stealing and burning up is ugly. They're going to make you think that stealing and burning up is more than what it is. Because first of all, let me tell you all something. They're not doing all of that. If they did it, they did it. But they're got you because they control everything you see on these TVs, everything you see on these media and on this website. They control it all. They show you all the ugliness. Now they said the virus didn't spread into our community. So you all don't understand because you're teaching out of your rear end and not teaching spirit and truth. They're coming into your communities. Oh no, I forgot. Y'all out in the woods. Y'all out of no man. You know? But those that's in the valley, let me tell you something. You better get it right. You better know what you're talking about. And stop going against your own people all the time, because y'all finna show up and show out in whatever the fire is. He ain't afraid of the fire. He ain't afraid of it. The looting, the taking. Hey, wait a minute, hold up. Are you all mad because the people are out there stealing? How long have your forefathers and you and everybody that is a tribe of Israel and Israel itself, or the tribe of Judah, how long have they been taken from you and you've been hooping and hollering? So when somebody go get a pack of toilet paper out of Dollar General because they stealing, you on this devil platform hooping and hollering about that. But what about what all they done took from you? Was that not called stealing? Took your rights, your integrity, your dignity. So wait a minute. I don't understand. You didn't call them out. You didn't get on this devil platform and talk about what they did. They've been doing it for 40 years, 400 years. Wake up, people. Keep your ugly mouth off of people of your own nation and your own tribe that might not know as much as many knows, but does the best they can with what they're feeling like doing. That's a lot of them are out there doing things they shouldn't be doing. Yes, they are. But tell me, this country that you're living in was founded It wasn't even found because they ain't find nothing. It was here. They stole everything that they even got. They use you for everything, and you sitting here still on this devil platform ridiculing your nation because you that ignorant to not see actually what is going on. It's time. It's Yah's time. It's time for him to show up and show out. 400 years is over, you all. Get with the program. And you better get with it spiritual versus natural. Because these people on that devil platform, they'll feed you natural all day and all night. And all you'll be doing is getting a Mickey D's meal from all this mouth that's on this devil platform and won't have nothing for your spirit because it's real. The war is up at its peak and you ain't seen nothing yet. We are in travail as a people. We are in the birth pain. We're moving up. And we ain't born yet. It ain't over yet. So I'm saying to you, Sister Deborah wants to say again, the Most High Yah said he don't run from fires. He run in it. Shalom and shalom.